The Genesis luxury brand is not that well known in Australia, but maybe its first dedicated electric vehicle will change that. It's the GV60 compact SUV, and we're at the Aussie launch to try out its startling performance for the first time. Let's get at it. Genesis is the recently established luxury division of Korean auto giant Hyundai, and the GV60 is one of 3 electric vehicles it's launching in Australia this month. The others are the GV70 SUV and G80 sedan. There are 2 GV60 models with pricing kicking off a bit over $100,000. Here we're focusing on the flagship Performance all-wheel drive. So why are we focused on the flagship? It's all about the numbers. This dual motor all-wheel drive pumps out 360 kilowatts and zips from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4 seconds. That's BMW M4 territory. Like we just mentioned, this is the first dedicated EV from Genesis. It's also the first Genesis to be based on the Hyundai Auto Group's E-GMP architecture, just like the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the Kia EV6. But you got to say, this little Genesis SUV coupe certainly has its own style. There's no doubt you're in something new and pretty interesting when you jump in the GV60. There's lots of interesting tech in here and lashings of luxury trim. Key interior design features include the single-piece infotainment screen and instrument cluster that stretches across the dash. There's also this floating center console, and check out the crystal sphere gear lever that doubles as a mood light when not in use. There's some really interesting tech in here, including fingerprint recognition and camera screens that replace the rear view mirrors at either A-pillar. A bit lower tech is the cabled smartphone operation. No wireless connectivity here. The GV60 can't match other E-GMP models for rear seat spaciousness. You sit pretty knees up. I mean, the battery's under the floor there. The good thing is though, not too bad on headroom, even though you've got a sloping roofline here. Overall, it's cozy back here, but not too squeezy. There's a 432 litre boot back here that expands to more than 1400 litres when you fold the rear seats flat. So plenty of luggage space for when you want to hit the road. Speaking of which, let's go do it. Genesis is talking up the GV60 Performance all-wheel drive's boost button, which pumps up power and torque noticeably for 10 seconds at a time. It's quite a ride. But the GV60's powertrain is not just about top-end rush. It's responsive from tip-in throttle in that normal electric motor fashion and very quiet, although you can even dial up a petrol engine soundtrack if you want to. Rolling on a long 2900mm wheelbase and weighing in at over 2 tonnes, the GV60 is not perhaps the lithe and nimble handler its overall compact dimensions might suggest, but it does motor along nicely and safely and comfortably. This car comes with an adaptive suspension system that reads the road ahead via a camera and prepares for impacts. The result is a ride that retains its composure even in the firmest sports mode. Overall, there's a lot to like about driving the GV60. Although there's so many menus to drill down into and adjustments on offer, it will be good when we get the car back for a full week. Then we can figure out what we've missed out on so far. The Genesis GV60 Performance all-wheel drive EV is an impressive and complete vehicle. It should accelerate buyer interest in the brand, and not just because of its straight line performance.